Gentlemen, it's the penultimate night of the 2015 IAAF World Championships at the Bird's Nest in Beijing Stadium. Tonight we have Mo Farah going for the triple-double, Usain Bolt going for 4x100 glory, and Eunice Sum going for women's 800-meter glory. Who do you think will win? Let's start with the women's 800.
Eunice Sum, just better than everyone else. I think people ran pretty fast in the prelims, might tire them out. Sum's run 157 before, a lot of those women haven't. Picked her before the competition. My predictions have been going pretty well. Feel good about Eunice Sum.
That's Jonathan Galt. Of course, Sum was only third in her preliminary heat. Weldon.
Sum's definitely the best on paper, but you know, after the semis, that one is wide open. Sum's still your favorite.
This is Robert Johnson speaking behind the hidden mask, and I too am going with Sum. I think it's all keys about the first 150, first 200 in the last semifinal was way too fast. She's going to go out in 57. She needs to go 28, 29. Do not go out in 52 pace for the first 150. Moving to the 5,000, Mo Farah, it'll be the triple-double. If he wins it tonight, can anyone take him down?
No. No one's been able to touch him since debut 10K, and it's not changing tonight. You know, there are a couple of guys, Hago Skepperwet beat him earlier this year. It'll be interesting. Kajelcha and Deku, they'll be in the mix, but I mean, Farah's 3:28 speed and 59:32 half marathon. No one's touching him in 5,000.
I think you got to agree with that assessment. I mean, it'll be interesting sort of what Kajelcha could do. He's a younger guy. You know, he hasn't beaten Farah, but just throw something new. You know, see if it, throw spaghetti against the wall, see if it sticks. But I don't see team tactics trying to make it a super fast race. So
just watch out. American medal, certainly a possibility. I think all three guys maybe have a shot. Ryan Hill can close with the best of them. Ben True, I think if it's an honest pace, he can still maybe try and run 54 at the end. And you know, Galen Rupp ran great in the 10K. His close hasn't quite been there, but he'll be in the mix with a lap to go, I think.
What about you, Weldon? Ryan Hill said he was very disappointed in his kick in the semis. Me personally, I would be ruling him out as a medal contender.
He won the USA meet. How can you say he's not a medal contender in slow if it's slow race? I mean, it's got to be super slow. Otherwise, I discount his chances. Ben True did look great in the semis, and Galen Rupp's, you know, he's the best distance runner in a generation for America, so we can't discount him. It'll be interesting to say the least.
As for me, they always say the third time's the charm. You can take that one of two ways. Third time's the charm, Mo Farah completes the triple-double, or the third time's the charm. He's almost fallen twice here in Beijing. The only way he probably loses is if he does fall. I would have said coming into this that the man to beat him on paper coming into the year was Caleb Nduki, but I kind of feel like he's a little bit like Usain Bolt, not race sharp, and unlike Bolt, he doesn't have, you know, tons of rounds to get ready to go for this final. Another action, I guess the big news is, can Ashton Eaton get the world record in the decathlon?
My heart says yes, but my head says no. I think he's going to need a huge 1500, and this track has proven pretty fast, so I think there'll probably still be some drama. I'll have a big crowd carrying him, but I'm going to say he comes up just short. I'm going to say he still scores over 9,000.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be, you know, a couple more events I think to go before we get there, so it'll be interesting to see how those go. But 4x1s I think are what the rest of the world will be watching, and it's, you know, Jamaica versus USA in both of them.
Who gets the gold? The U.S. had four men in the finals in the men's 100. Jamaica only had 2. I actually think that they can take down Bolt. I think it'd be good for the sport if the U.S. could win this, create a little rivalry. Bolt was beaten in his last race. It'll be interesting if Gatlin did not anchor, I don't think, at the World Relays. If he doesn't anchor here, then you don't have Bolt losing to Gatlin, which sort of helps him, I guess, financially and marketability-wise. But I think it's good for the sport if the U.S. pulls this off.
You know, it'll be interesting. I think in the semis, the U.S. didn't do quite as well as expected with the men or the women, and there's a little controversy on the women's side. Tori Bowie, the U.S., you know, medalist, she isn't on the team, and you know, if the U.S. loses that one and you don't have your best runner on the team, whatever the reasons, you know, she supposedly didn't show up at the required camps, but maybe we need to reassess the system, because you need your 4 best runners on the team. I don't think getting the baton around with a good coach is as hard as they make it out to be, but we'll see.
Especially with Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price anchoring, she apparently looked very good in the prelims earlier this morning. So you have to make sure you get a nice lead on her before the anchor leg, or else she's going to run them down.
And before we go, a lot of people want to know about the weather. Jonathan, I see you eating that ice cream cone. They may think it's hot. How do you guys feel about the conditions? It seems pretty nice standing here myself with a little nice breeze.
It's not too bad compared to when they ran the 10K the first weekend. I think it's a little cooler than that. It's not quite as humid. It's not ideal for distance running, but I think it's okay. You know, it's not that bad.
For the 5K runners, it's definitely better than when they ran the prelims and the sun's down. It's not as humid at night, so 5K, it's about as good as whether I think you're getting Beijing this summer.
So there you have it for Jonathan Galt and Weldon Johnson. This is Robert Johnson signing off from the 5-minute Let'sRun.com preview.